Let me get my iPad set up so that I can see what's going on. On YouTube. Tonight, wow, it's Christmas Eve already. And one thing I didn't check. I didn't check to see if the sidewalks are wet. And I see a few drops on my window, so I need to check to see what the percentage is for actually the degrees. Oh shoot, is this okay, it's 70. It's supposed to be raining right here. 70% chance of rain right now. 11 o'clock it drops down to 31%. 12 o'clock 14%, and after that it drops all the way down to 1%. 6 o'clock it goes up to 6%, and it doesn't go any higher than 7% until I'm not gonna play no later than 8 o'clock. I have everything I need though. I can stay there as late as I want. I can stay there until they turn the tree off, and it looks like it's going to be above freezing. It's above freezing, not quite 40 degrees. It's going to be 41 degrees a day. I'm going to get down there early. I'm pretty sure I don't have to worry about parking. I've been down there for years. Even though I need to register my car. My inspection sticker is dead, but it's only been dead since the 20th. I'm pretty sure they might take that into. Don't nobody check anything down there except for Park Service. I mean the Secret Service. They're the ones that told me my expiration was my sticker was dead. But let's go. Hold on. Let me go to YouTube so I can give myself a chat room. What camera am I looking at here? Okay. This one first. It's my phone. Let's see here. You know that famous picture of all the jazz musicians that this guy took? I was listening to that. I was gonna let that play instead of my my own music. Yeah. Here I am live. Okay, I can hear myself. Good. Everything's good. Give myself a chat room. Picture of all the jazz musicians. Turn it down a little bit. Give myself a chat room and give myself on the first one here. Been here for 3 minutes, and I need to check my microphone, my headset. I need to get my. I'm ready to. I'm going to eat breakfast. This is the first time all I need to do is pack everything up, put it in the rig in the car. I did want to run over to the Dollar Tree before. But I don't want to wear myself out, too. I want to save all the energy. I can run over to the Dollar Tree and then you know, because everything's going to be in the car. I want to get some spices. But let's listen to this. Let me show you what I was watching. For a minute. This here. This is what I was watching. Let me show you the beginning of it. Let me see. This is 46 seconds. This is the famous picture. The famous picture. This famous picture this guy took. I think he took it. That's where everybody's talking about this picture. You've probably seen this picture hanging up in different clubs, and anyway, it's a famous The Great Day in Harlem. That's a famous picture. I wonder if these little kids sitting on the front row here on the sidewalk, where they are, and people in the window there, if it was their house, whose house was that? But he said it took him hours to get everybody in order like that. Everybody was shaking hands with everybody. But let me see, 47, 46. I was back here. Marion McPortland. I used to listen to her on the radio. I didn't know she was that famous. And this other lady, the black lady right there, she's the first female to get respect amongst musicians. And jazz musicians were popular music. Back then, jazz music was popular music, like how it is now. Michael Jackson and Prince and hip hop is popular music. This was the popular music. This was the rebel music. This was the cool people music. The jazz musicians, and they all wore suits and ties because it was a thing they had to get. It was a respect thing. That's a whole heavy thing too. The reason why they had to get all dressed up, because it was before that. It was the minstrel age, and my father came up in the blackface time when black people couldn't even get a job making fun of themselves. Well, that's just I'm gonna let this play in the background. Actually, I'm gonna let this play from the beginning. And I'm going to go ahead and let y'all see me pack up.
Is the greatest picture of that era of musicians I think ever taken. And I'm so proud of it because now it's all over the United States, probably the world.
Dizzy Gillespie. I met him. I saw him coming out of the Smithsonian when he had just donated his horn. I got his autograph, but I lost it.
Being in one spot with all these great jazz musicians at one time.
I mean, what we call big dogs. I mean, the Giants were there.
Prince, Monk.
There was Count Basie.
Let me show you. I'm going to let that play while I pack up. First I have to unpack, and then I'm going to pack.
It happened. There it was. They all assembled under the
Here's my rig.
5th Street, New York Central Railroad Station. Next thing you know, I was standing there watching them all move in to the street. The only thing is I couldn't control
Drum throne.
musicians who hadn't seen each other in one solid congregation probably ever before. And to try to control this group was near impossible. You know, they were talking and they were laughing and they were paying attention.
I'm going to switch back, so if there's something important I want to show you, I'll show you.
Kid across the street who
In this picture,
You can make a donation if you want. I'm going to, my Cash App and Venmo is right there. A friend of mine, I got to tell you, let me tell you this first. There's a guy who came up to me years ago, about 30 years ago, 25 years ago. I think it was like 25 years ago. And he asked me, do you need a permit to play out here? And I told him, go downstairs and in the Smithsonian, go downstairs in the subway and get one of the maps. And I circled all of the places, and I even told him what places the police was going to harass him and all of that. And years later, he did a magazine article, and he put it on the internet, and he gave me my props. He told the story of how I met him years later. I met him 8 years later, and he said how he was sleeping in his car at the time, and he was saying how much money he had made thanks to me. I told him where to play at and everything. And years later, every Christmas he gives me some money. Anyway, he gave me like $100 yesterday, right on time too. Right when I needed it, and right when I got my refund back from a scam. The bank refunded some money, so I was like on E. So, but there's my Venmo and Cash App in case you want to donate. I know I'm not, whatever, you know. But you can scan that. I'm pretty sure it'll come right up. That's the same code I use. But let's finish listening to this here. This is so interesting. I want to let this play while I'm packing.
well, I'm sure there's jazz is in the genes and it's always there. It just needs to be. It just needs
Sonny Rollins.
Soil to grow in, you know. You know, it's there already. It just needs to be nurtured, you know.
And my wife put it this way, and I think she's right. They're literary figures as well as jazz figures. When you look at their lives, I mean, not only they know so much, but they're so free in spirit.
I think mainly it's that guys sort of live very hard and they surrender themselves to just the art, which is
Well, I have my
it's understandable.
chat room is open in case anybody wants to come in. I'm gonna try to keep an eye out.
Anything in life, you know.
That's it. Is that John Coltrane? That was John Coltrane, not Sonny Rollins.
Dickinson.
There are some marvelous trombone players, obviously, but I always prefer to listen to Vic Dickinson.
I'm gonna keep my Cash App thing right up here in the corner, and Venmo.
He has a sly wit and such original variations on a melody, and of course his pulse is extraordinarily accurate.
I need to check my headphones, make sure they're working.
And you have an artist like Vic, and of course you could name all kinds of people, and they're not known to all but a few aficionados and collectors in this country. Better known in France and England and Japan.
But many of them unsung during their lifetime.
Unsung.
Now, Vic lived at 1312 Stebbins Avenue, which became later on the House of Jazz built when we set up our community center in the Bronx. And I can remember doing chores for Vic on weekends, on Saturdays, washing his windows and doing other things around the house for $1.
Rudy Powell, who's sitting here next to Oscar, his son and I went to
Oscar Peterson?
PS 89 together.
This microphone's working good.
I remember, well, I had forgotten Sonny because
No
I
problem
ran
there.
down a repair shop, and I had
That
said,
came
you know,
right on.
Powell, said, yeah,
I
know
probably just
Rod too.
need to
Well,
wrap some
one
duct
time
tape
I know
around
Rod
here.
as well as me.
We later moved up on the hill where Monkeys was, up on 149th Street, up on Sugar Hill, where all of the great musicians lived.
Sugar Hill. Later on, the Sugar Hill gang rode in on that coattail.
Henry Red Eye